Yo, shout out to Raul. Was nice enough to lend us his Bugatti.
When you took me on like that little lap around, it was like a different level of like force. It felt like a fucking slingshot.
Once it starts going, it goes. I just see this guy pull up, hoodie, ski mask, gun, yo, give me your watch. And like that, I got robbed for my $200,000 Richard Mille.
In Scottsdale?
In Miami, in front of my house. I wasn't really even concerned about me. I was mainly more concerned about my wife and kid. If he would have tried going into my house, I would have died trying to stop him from going into my house.
Were you making more money during COVID?
The difference between 40, 50K a month than multiple six figures a month is huge. I started making multiple six figures a month during those times.
What up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of TSL Time Podcast. Today we have a very special guest, owner of a Bugatti, one of the best traders in the game.
Thank you.
Lambo Raul, how we doing, baby?
Doing fantastic.
Let's go, baby. We also got Sush in the building, back for
Going on,
another
guys? How we doing? How we doing?
How you feeling, Sush?
Pretty good. Feeling ready to fire. We're also
about to say the same
we
thing.
kind of all like we're about to go golf. So if you're wondering like our outfits and stuff, it's because we're about to go golf after this. So that's why we look the way that we do. But yeah, yo, shout out to Raul. What up? How are you,
Bro, I am recovered from the weekend, fortunately.
Yeah, we had a really good weekend. He was nice enough to lend us his Bugatti for like 3 days, pretty much.
Yeah.
Which was awesome. Young LA got to use his car for the meet and greet, which was probably like the sickest thing. Like, I don't think people realized how sick it was to have that car there. And when people see it in person, they're like, yo, that's fucking insane.
Yeah.
Because you don't really get to see that.
I mean, there's 60 in the world. Like, bro, there's so many people on fucking Instagram and TikTok talking about like Bugattis are everywhere in Miami. But in reality, like, especially with pure sport, there's only 60 in the entire world. So it's like, it is pretty sick to just like see it, like not at a showroom or at a dealership, but like actually being used, you know?
Dude, I've seen like, anytime I see a Bugatti, I'm like, that's like the one time I'm like, what the actual fuck? And then when you took me on like that little lap around outside of the Young LA venue, dude, it was the craziest shit I've ever felt.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't been in that many insane cars. I mean, I've been in a few Rarries and shit, but like, dude, it felt like, dude, like the engine was like a different type of noise. It was like, it felt like a plane, dude. It felt like when a plane's taking off, but like it was like a different level of like force.
Yeah.
You gotta try.
No, I haven't been in.
Bro,
but
it
it like
was
ramps. It's like kind of like ramp. Like I
like
can
a-
imagine it's
yeah.
like.
You feel like it's like a heavy, like you could feel like this different type of power the car has. It felt
Yeah.
like a fucking like a slingshot almost
Yeah.
of just like air. I
It's
don't know.
literally just like when a jet takes off, bro. You just like hear the buildup of like the turbines, and in the car you hear the buildup of the turbos, and then it goes, bro. Once it starts going, it goes, bro. And the thing about that car is, bro, you could be going 180, then 200 miles an hour, and the car on other cars, you already kind of feel it like dying off. On that car, it's like, nah, let's keep going, bro. And it's like, holy fuck,
What's the fastest you've gone?
bro.
Just in general, not the. I mean, maybe if it was the Bugatti, but what's the fastest you've gone?
So like the thing is, on my Bugatti right now, it tops out at 220.
Like a governor?
Because it's built for the track. So it's like a different tune and it has different gear ratios. On my first Bugatti, I actually took it to like 235, and that tops out like at 280, I think. Or like
Wait, at a
250.
track or like out here?
In Mexico.
Yeah,
for
in
legal
Mexico.
purposes.
Damn,
in
that's
Mexico.
fucking crazy though. That's insane.
Yeah, it's nuts, bro. But it gets there so quick. Like,
So you've had two Bugattis though. Let's just make that clear. You've had two.
Yeah.
And how old are you again?
27.
Only 2 years older than me, bro.
Yeah. Bro, I feel like
you want to
I'm
race?
now,
I got
though.
the Model 3 Plaid. I might be able to give you some work.
Probably off the start, 100%, bro.
Oh, Sush
my
with
bad,
the
bro.
kratom.
My bad, dude.
You ever sip kratom?
Nah, I haven't.
Yeah, it's fucking weird. But it's crazy. And for those of you guys who may not know, Raul, you've been a trader for how long now?
It'll be 9 years next month.
And are you focused more on futures or the stock market or?
Yeah, right now I'm mainly focused more on futures. Like there was like a point in this year for maybe like a quarter, I traded a few equities and just options contracts. Only when there was like really great opportunities and there was like moving days in the markets. But right now it's just mainly futures and ES order flow data is what I trade.
That's sick. Yeah, though, so for any of you guys watching, we're gonna during this next hour, we're gonna ask Raul all about how you got into the cars, everything you did to be able to achieve all these crazy fucking things by 27, and maybe get into a little bit of what you think is going on with all these influencers buying hyper cars and super cars and then them disappearing after a few weeks. So I'm sure you know a lot about that, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming on. I'm hyped for this episode.
Bro. Of course.
Yeah.
What's been your most favorite car?
Fuck, bro.
besides the pure sport?
That's a great question. I'm either in between the Senna or the SVJ.
You still own the SVJ?
No, I sold it. You know who bought it? Actually, it was the OnlyFans manager. What's her name, bro?
Oh,
It's her
Owen.
boyfriend.
Owen.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. Well, I
Yeah,
don't
he
know
bought
him,
it.
from you or like.
So I sold it to the dealer.
Okay.
And then he bought it from the dealer.
And but you had driven.
Yeah, it was on PPF. So when I went to sell the car, I just peeled the PPF off.
Okay.
Yeah, not that big of a deal.
That was your favorite, or like one of your favorites?
Definitely like top 2 for sure. It's in between that and the Senna. It's really what it comes down
I remember the Senna that you had. It was like the craziest spec, right? The blue and it was like the McLaren colors, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, that one was lit.
Yeah, the blue and orange one. Then I had a green Senna too that Edmond Mondi had wrecked in LA. And that was
I saw,
a special
dude.
Senna.
That went viral.
Yeah,
because
that went everywhere,
like
bro.
there's only like how many? 50?
There's only I think that car was like a 1 of 1 or a 1 of 2 Senna because it was a Project Kilo 2.
And he fucking wrecked it in Beverly Hills, and it was like viral because it was on video.
Yeah, it was
And he got like
insane,
so much shit online, and like people were telling him to kill himself and shit. It was
bro. Yeah,
crazy.
bro, it was
Senna?
wild.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's $1 million car, no?
Yeah, that car I bought it for what 1.2, 1.3.
Yeah, the first time I saw a Senna was near South Kensington Station in London. Just parked right there on the side of the street.
They're
and
nasty, bro.
I was like, what the fuck is that? Dude?
Yeah,
That
bro.
is just disgusting.
Those cars are nasty.
That's the
bro.
first one I seen in real life at the event. That happened to have been his
that was
old
that was
Senna
my
as
old
well.
Senna.
The Senna that was there, because we had, if you guys aren't familiar with what we're talking about, we had his Bugatti, a Senna was there, SVJ, and then your sister's Carrera S. But it's funny because the Senna that was there was actually his old Senna. So like,
Yeah.
two of those cars.
Yeah, I was like looking at like an ex-girlfriend of mine that was there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I bet that shit's so much fun.
Bro, the Senna is a 10 times better car, in my opinion, for driving than the Bugatti. Because the Bugatti's cool, you know what I mean? But to be honest with you, after owning a Bugatti for 2 years already, it's more just an ore farm than anything. And like the reality is like, I guess some people love ore farming and love validation from other people, but I don't give a shit anymore, you know? I just want what I want. So I'm thinking about getting a Senna again. Or like a P1, maybe, spice it up a little bit. But the P1's pretty old, bro. It's a 10-year-old
right?
car already. So it's like, 2015.
Yeah.
So it's like, fuck, I don't know if I
Did you see Alex Choi just got a P1?
Sick.
So crazy.
So sick, bro.
It's
so sick.
And that's like Snapchat money too.
That's insane,
Dude, he
bro.
like he literally bought that P1 just off Snapchat money. Because his Snapchat
disgusting.
is insane. It's like literally like trader money, bro. He's making like $250,000 a month probably.
That's
just
insane.
off just
That's
off
insane.
Snapchat.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. It's
What
sick.
was your first big car purchase?
I mean, what do you consider big?
I'm saying like first car that's
Like over 200K.
Yeah, over 200K.
Lamborghini Huracan?
How old
Oh, you had a
were
Huracan?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
I
that
feel
was
like
my-
that's like the entry level for
It is.
for all like supercar guys.
It is. It is an entry level car, but it's like the best car. Like even to this day, like the Huracan is still one of the best cars you could probably have. I was what, 20?
20 years old.
Yeah, I
You
was
didn't-
20 years old.
And you didn't go to college, right?
I went to college for like a semester,
Here
and
in-
then it's funny because when I was going to college, I was pulling up in my Huracan. Like I was already making money, and I was pulling up to Miami-Dade in a Huracan. But I think college for me was just more to like please my parents, to give them that peace of mind. But after like a semester, I'm like, bro, I'm not doing this shit, bro. Like I'm not learning anything here. I could just be doubling down on what I'm doing right now and make more money.
Yeah.
Have you lived here your whole life?
My whole life.
Okay. And your parents are you first generation?
American, yeah. And my parents are from Colombia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like my dad moved here when he was what? I don't even know,
Move this
20
a little
years
closer.
old.
Move a little closer to you.
What do they do?
My dad's a dentist.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dr. Smile, I saw on
yeah.
ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Isn't he like like I heard like he's really good, right?
Yeah, he's goated. The thing is, like, his industry's changed a lot, and like now you have like all these different people coming in trying to do what he does, but at a way cheaper price. And then the problem with that is like you're paying a cheaper price, and it might look good in the short term, but you're gonna fuck up your teeth in the long term. And like, bro, it's like a huge rabbit hole that I did. I was having like a 2-hour long discussion with him, and it's basically like everybody trying to like undercut the entire market to try and take up most of the market share for like veneers and smile reconstruction and everything, bro. What I've talked to him about is like, yo, these people are gonna have rotten teeth, but then their veneers are gonna be great, but then they're gonna have their teeth decaying under the veneers and they're gonna get cooked. And it's like, bro, the dental industry is like a whole other thing, bro. And like even people are doing like you know how people are like nail techs and shit?
Yeah.
Right, people are doing veneer techs and they're not even actual licensed dentists doing veneer practices on
That's
other people.
crazy.
It's nuts, bro.
So they're just like
You don't-
shaving
you don't
down
have veneers, do
teeth.
you?
I do have veneers,
You do?
actually, yeah.
Okay, bro, Sushi, I'm not sure if you know this, but like a very common thing for like women in general is to go to Colombia or go to South America and get
They get
surgeries
cooked,
or get
bro.
any sort of like what's it called just
Cosmetic
plastic
surgery.
or I forgot, I'm forgetting the word here. It's just like it starts with a V, just like beauty shit
Yeah.
because it's way cheaper and the quality is just as good.
Yeah.
Do they do it mainly here or in Colombia?
You're talking about my
Yeah.
dad? He does it here.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he does it here.
Yeah, because I think one of the things that always like makes me super curious is like, right, you're 26 and you fucking, you've gotten all the toys that people sometimes take a lifetime to get to, and like by 20 you had your Huracan. So it's like, what do you think? Like, where was your head at? Like at 16, 17? Did you already know that was coming? Like, what?
No,
you
I
trading?
didn't actually, because I started trading when I was 18 years old, and originally at first, like I didn't know what I wanted to do. So like, I don't want to say kind of as a cop out, but I was like obsessed with watching like military documentaries and shit like that. So I'm like, all right, cool, I'm just gonna go to the military. You know what I mean? But then I got diagnosed with Crohn's disease, and after I got diagnosed, I looked it up, and you can't go to the military with Crohn's disease because it's a chronic disease that needs constant treatment and shit. So I was like, what the fuck am I gonna do now? And then I was thinking about it. I'm like, bro, like I really don't want another person to be dictating what time I eat lunch, what time I can go home and shit. Like I just want to be able to be in bed, and especially with this disease, like I want to be able to just take days off. I want to take days off. You know what I mean? So then that's when I kind of like got down into the rabbit hole of like looking to make money online from home. And that's when I stumbled upon day trading specifically.
You started at 18.
I started at 18.
That junior year of high school?
No, I mean, I graduated online because my high school actually kicked me out for missing too many days of school because I was in the hospital.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not too familiar with Crohn's disease.
Inflammatory bowel syndrome is really all it is. So it's inflammation in the intestines. It literally just came up one day out of nowhere, bro.
Curable?
No, it's not curable. It's chronic, but like I feel like I've been cured almost. It's gone into remission significantly. Like there's days where like I'll be like, yeah, like I'm cooked right now. Like I can't do nothing. And it mainly for me at least stems from taking on too much stress and then a really poor diet. And even the last time that I actually got a checkup for it, which was a few years ago, because I went through like a period of like 2 or 3 years where I was in and out of the hospital every single month, like guaranteed, like clockwork. I was there and they couldn't even figure out what was wrong with me and couldn't diagnose me for like a whole 2 years. So they were like, oh no, it's this, now it's this. We need to do surgery. They did surgery. They fucking even thought like there was an infection on top of my appendix. They removed my appendix when they didn't have to, you know?
Really?
Yeah. And they ended up diagnosing me with Crohn's disease. And then later on down the line, they're like, yeah, you have scar tissue in like 3 parts of your lower intestine, and if it gets worse, we're gonna have to like start chopping off these pieces. And then there's like, bro, there's just so many different things that I could have been cooked, but thankfully I didn't. And like nowadays I'm living life normal. I'm not taking any medication because you know what I feel like that was actually cooking me even more than doing me better was taking all of these different medications, bro, because there was like different periods I'd be taking a bunch of different shit. Like there was early on where I would be taking maybe like 6 pills in the morning, another 6 pills in the afternoon, and then another 6 pills at night. And it's like a mix between anti-inflammation, steroids, and a bunch of other shit, antibiotics. And then that wasn't working. And then we ended up switching to a shot on my shoulder once every single week. I missed 1 shot, went back to the hospital, and then they put me on a medication called Remicade that I had to get an IV infusion every single fucking month, bro. But then, bro, I felt like bro, at that time, I was like 17 years old, and I was weighing maybe like, I was still 5'11", obviously. I was weighing maybe like 125, 130 pounds, bro, at 5'11", bro. Like I was a stick, and I was anemic. I was like pale white, bro, and like I just didn't do anything with my life. And I was like, bro, fuck this medication, bro. Like I'm not taking this shit anymore. And from that point on, like I started feeling 10 times better. Like I can't explain it. I just really just started focusing and locking in on my diet and really like cleaning up my diet throughout like those earlier years. And then I just started getting a lot better, to be honest with you.
You know, a lot of people with Crohn's, because I like was really big into like animal based and carnivore, but like supposedly carnivore diet, like purely cutting out all like grains and sugars, like people with Crohn's see really, really good results.
Yeah, on the carnivore
and they
diet.
don't do any medication or anything.
Yeah, I read that too. I never I did it for a while, but it's hard for me because I love carbs.
Bro, yeah, that shit's so hard.
It's
I tried it
so
too. It's fucking terrible because
It's
you go
so
like a
hard.
week and you're like, nah, dude, I just need like some
you're itching
sugar,
for pasta,
yeah.
bro, and like all this other shit.
This is addictive.
But
It's
yeah,
like
it is.
actually addictive.
Yeah, it is.
insane.
It is. But I have read other cases of other people being on the carnivore diet and like their skin clears up, bro. Their Crohn's disease is basically
Yeah.
non-existent anymore. They don't have gut problems. They're not bloated. All that. 'Cause that's one thing that still affects me to this day is like bloating, bro. Like there'll be days where I'll eat too much and I'll be bloated like this and like, oh my God, I feel terrible, bro.
It's the worst feeling on the planet. Mm-hmm. It's the worst thing ever.
Literally, it's horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Well, it's good that you're doing better now. I mean, I had no idea that you had Crohn's, which is like pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Everything goes back to, not to go down too much the health and nutrition rabbit hole, but like everything goes back to like what you eat, bro.
100%.
It's so fucking crazy.
Especially here in the US, bro. Like if you go to Colombia, you can stuff your face with food all day and you're gonna feel amazing. You stuff your face with food here and you're cooked for like 3-4 hours, bro. I swear to God, bro.
Yeah, dude. Last
Like
night
you're
I
actually cooked.
Last night I went to eat dinner at this French place, especially if you have any sort of alcohol with it as well, and it's just like your body just immediately just like, you know,
I know,
it's just
bro.
like,
I mean, I'm surprised how much you drink though. Like,
That's
and
what I
you-
was gonna
like,
say.
Like you're talking about all this, and you're like, dude, I've seen you fucking drink like crazy.
Yeah, for
like,
those-
dude, he's knocked down a bottle of tequila like right in front of me.
yeah,
Just chilling.
For those of you guys who don't know, I mean, Sush and I, we got to link up for the first time a month ago at the golf course, and it was during I was on a little sober break, but then you were like, let's go out for a little dinner, and Sush
Yeah.
had just moved in, and when I told Sush, I was like, yo, Raul wants to go to Mille or Marion, and I was like, you haven't been to these spots yet. Like tonight's a wildfire night, bro. Then you guys drink a whole
We
bottle,
killed a whole bottle there.
whole bottle of Class A Azul amongst 4 people. I watched them do it. One of the only nights I've gone out sober. And so that's what I was just thinking, bro. If you have like inflammatory bowel
Yeah.
issues, I'm like, I mean, bro, you must have the liver of a fucking god because
Yeah. And you know what? Like I did my blood work like a few weeks ago. My liver's like perfect. Literally no problems with my liver.
yeah, my liver was perfect too after I just came from this like 30-day trip in the UK, which is
And
I think
bro,
it's like maybe it's like in our genetics or something, like having
It's just non-white
Asian-
people because my shit's the same too. Like, because Koreans love to drink as well. So my liver's always normal, and I think like probably Hispanics or you know, you're just bred to do it.
Yeah.
White people are always cooked.
But you know what? Like this last like 2 or 3 years, bro, I haven't really been going out or partying as much as I used to, bro. Like when was it, bro? I don't know, like 2023, bro. I'm telling you, I used to go out and it still trading and everything. I used to go out like there'd be days where I'd go out Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday. And then I take a break for like 2-3 days and then repeat the cycle. And I wasted so much money. But I feel like it was good for me to go through that experience because that lasted for maybe like, I would probably say like 8 months, 9 months of like that just repetitive cycle and just burning a shit ton of cash looking back on it now. But I feel like I had to get it out of my system at some point because if not, it could have been worse. Like later on, you know what I mean? Just be like a full on crash out. But
Yeah.
I'm glad I went through it. Like now I'm more calm, you know, go out maybe like once a month, twice a month, whatever the case might be is.
How much did you spend like on nightlife? You think in that spree?
I actually know the exact number. I don't want to say the exact number, but it was very close to 7 figures.
Holy shit, dude!
Yeah.
Almost $1 million and just like going out.
Yeah.
That's
In Miami?
insane.
Yeah.
But like,
But
I
like
wouldn't
you had
be
a good
the one-
time though, right?
Oh,
and
I
you
had
were
a
with your
great
girl
time.
too. You were with your girl.
Yeah. I don't regret any of it. Obviously it's a learning lesson, but like the thing is, it's like, yeah, like, you know, looking back on it, I was like, damn, like close to $1 million, like I could have invested, done so much shit with it. But it's like, bro, I work hard for myself to experience the things that I want to experience. You know what I mean? I could have probably handled it a little bit smarter and not pay for the whole table every single time, bro, because there'd be times where somebody would be performing at a specific club, I'd pay for the whole table, the bill would be like 25 grand, you know? But then at the same time, it's kind of like, we're here to live life and experience it. You know what I mean? Like you're not going to take any of your liquid net worth with you after you die. So what's the point? You know, and that's what I was telling one of my boys, because one of my boys, unfortunately, like he went through his own thing with his parents, and his parents were very like frugal, but they did very well for themselves. And it wasn't until like his dad got really sick that he was able to be like, all right, you know what, fuck it, like I'm sick already. I've got all this money. Let me buy the Ferrari now. And this is that. And by the time everything got here, like he couldn't even drive it himself, you know. And that's one thing that I told my boy. And now he's kind of like being a little bit more open with experiencing life and not being like, I'd rather just save it and build wealth overall. I feel like you have to have a balance, in my opinion.
100%. That's actually such an interesting point because I feel like when you're so frugal, it's kind of just like
what's the point?
You know, it's kind of interesting, you know, because when you when I think of some of my friends or people who are just like super like, you know what I mean, like always split the bill, always tell me if we do this, or like, you know, kind of just like more passive. Obviously, there's being financially responsible is very important, but like, it kind of goes back to like, don't take life so seriously. Like, get yourself something sick as fuck, even if you'll get over it after 2 weeks, because like, you know,
bro,
it'll scratch that itch of just like, oh, this is fucking dope. I don't know. Maybe you can speak on that a bit since you have.
I mean, I hate like I don't like hanging out with those types of people. It completely ruins the vibe.
Yeah, me too.
And it's terrible to say, but I just don't want. I don't like to hang out with people who are like, oh yeah, like split the bill, or they're talking about like, yo, 10, 15. Like,
yeah, but you know what a loss of aura looks like, bro? When you're at a club and like you have 6 different guys, or at a restaurant, 6 different guys trying to find out how they're gonna split this bill, bro. It's bro, just fucking pay for it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, money can always be made back. You know?
I feel like it's easy for us to say that, but like for other people, when they're making, you know, X amount of dollars a month, they're probably like, damn, this $20 right here really does matter. But that's why I just don't want to, like, I would rather just be like, okay, fuck it, like let me just pay.
Yeah.
You know, rather than having to like sit there and figure it out and like everyone's like,
or everyone's quiet, like everybody's just staring at the bill. I'd rather just grab it and yo, I got it, like it's fine.
I also think even regardless of like, you know, it just feels good, bro, to like kind of like even take the bill for your homies or like buy a round of drinks for people or whatever the case may be. Like I feel like that's the best point of like as you're getting your motion up and making more money, it's just like being able to like share that. And like be generous is the best.
Yeah, I mean that was the thing about me too. Like bro, you see so many memes online. It's like when I get rich, I'm switching up on my day ones. I never personally did. I brought them with me. So it's like when I got like a really crazy car, I said, yo, let's go, bro. We're gonna go pick up my car and you wanna take it? All right, go ahead, take it. Like, bro, I was telling you about my friend's sick dad. He was like, yo, you think I could borrow the Bugatti and take my dad on a ride? And I'm like, yeah, bro, of course, here, take it. And he took his dad out on the car. To have his dad experience all of that and have them experience that. And it's like, bro, that's a once in a lifetime opportunity. Of course, I'm going to share with my boy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, I'm a believer that those types of gestures like pay forward. You know what I mean? Like, which is really good.
He ended up putting a fucking nail in the tire, but you know, it's all good.
Damn, he did?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, he did. But it's fine. We just get the tire replaced, you know?
That's like what, 30 grand?
No, it was for both rear tires, $7,500.
Oh, okay, that's not too bad. I thought it'd be a lot.
It's on the old Bugattis. Funny enough, that they're like $30,000 for just the tires.
That's crazy.
Yeah, well, it's $7,500 on my car for the rears, and another maybe like 10 grand for the fronts. So all in all, you're looking at maybe like to replace them all, maybe like close to 20 G's with service and everything. Yeah, and the tires have to come from France, where that car is just a whole fucking mission, bro.
Are you gonna get rid of it, or are you gonna keep it?
Bro, I think I'm gonna get rid of it because the reason I got my first Bugatti was because I was like, bro, I have fucking 7 cars. I can only drive 1 car at a time. Like for me to have 7 cars, I can just consolidate all of them into having like one really crazy car and like a daily and like a smaller car too. And that's what I ended up doing. And I did that for the last maybe like 2 years. I've always had like one hypercar, one really nice car, and then my daily, which is my Rolls. But now I'm kind of like, fuck, this is kind of boring. You know what I mean? And I'm losing a shit ton of money, not only because of like the deal and how I got fucked on the deal on this car, but also like I don't really get to experience everything else. Like I kind of want to go back to being like, all right, I want to drive my McLaren today. I want to go back to driving the Ferrari today. I want to drive the Lambo today. Now it's like, okay, well.
So you would rather have like 5, you know, $500,000 to $1 million cars rather than like your one Bugatti?
Yeah, because it's more enjoyable.
Yeah.
That way, it's less of a liability, and you just get more enjoyment out of it because it's like you're experiencing different shit. Like for me, like I'm somebody that I get bored pretty quick, and bro, I just like to change things up when I get bored because it's like a new spark in something for me to do, I guess. So
I'm the exact
Yeah, I mean,
same.
bro,
Yeah.
especially once you've gotten that many cars, you've driven everything. It's like, you know, you want to scratch that. You want to get a little dopamine hit every time you get in there. And if you get in the same car
Yeah.
every day, you're kind of like,
yeah, and like don't get me wrong, like I love the Bugatti and everything, but bro, I enjoyed my cars much more when I had like 5 or 6 different cars that ranged between $250,000 to $1 million and having like my $5 million car.
yeah.
I just enjoyed it much more. And I don't know, I'm a car guy. I like modifying and tuning my cars and shit. And I can't really do that with the Bugatti. Like I said, bro, the car is sick. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy it. But it's more of an aura farm than anything else,
Yeah.
to be honest with you. Like that's literally what it is. And the fact that I've experienced doing both, I can actually pick what I want to do for myself and not what the internet wants for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, since I've had 5, 6 different cars at a time and I've had a hypercar and like maybe 2 or 3 other smaller cars, I'd rather go with like the 5 or 6 different cars now.
Yeah.
You know? So I think that's what I'm gonna revert back to. But then at the same time, it's like, bro, there's so many great investment opportunities in the stock market nowadays, and even just in general.
There's the
that
mature
it's like,
mindset starting to kick in.
huh? Yeah. That it's like, bro, let me get rid of the car, invest a ton of money into stocks, build a really solid portfolio, and then I'll start my car collection again.
Yeah. I mean, because, bro, I mean, fucking 27, no? 26?
Yeah.
Yeah, by 40, if you, I mean, you know,
Yeah.
the car's not making any money back for you.
No.
I mean, it's just
It's just enjoyment.
enjoyment, which is very valuable as well. But that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, like, the thing about it is, like, I've already done it all. Like, when I'm telling you I've had every single car, it's because I've had every single fucking car. And it's like, cars are cool and all, but also the game of, like, building long-term wealth needs to be a priority because I have kids, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
And that's the most fulfilling thing. I'm sure, like, you know, playing the game. You know what I mean? You know, you've played the game so much now. You've tried every car. You've done all this shit. Now it's like, what's the next mission here with, like, doubling the wealth and increasing it over time?
yeah. And then, like, I'll start getting into, like, the real game, which is, like, yachts, jets, you know, different things along those lines. I'm not talking about, like, smaller jets. Because, like, one thing I hate, bro, is, like,
Yeah, same, dude.
bro, cause,
Small jets, bro, is so
bro, 'cause
whack.
you know you can get a jet for, like, 1.5 mil. That's my Senna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
think-
that's
not to
it's
sound
still a
arrogant.
sick
No,
jet though.
Not
Like,
to sound arrogant, but it's like,
I think,
Like,
yeah,
what
what kind
there's
of jet are
levels
we
to the
talking
game.
though? Like, does it have like it's got like
bro, you
couple
got, like, 4
seats?
seats, like it's like a Learjet, and like you're buying it from, like, bro, probably fucking Hitler flew on that same jet, bro. You know what I mean?
Oh, like you're talking about like an old like
yeah, like they
old
go
jet.
for like 1.5
Yeah.
mil. Like, you can
Okay.
get it done, sure, but at the same time, it's like, why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to backtrack to a little bit of earlier on when you got the Huracan and you were leaving school and all that, because I'm sure a lot of the viewers who are tuning in right now are also into the markets and they've seen everything you've done, but also probably wondering, like, you know, what were those things, those jumps that you took, right, to, like, go from the Huracan to then 6 cars and to then, you know, the crib and everything like that. So, like,
Well, you want to know what's funny?
where was that, like, when did that, like, big shift happen?
I would say during COVID, because the markets were going absolutely insane. Like, the amount of volatility that we had in the markets during COVID there was just so many great opportunities to make money, especially day trading with leverage and margin. That's where, like, the big shift happened, that's how you want to put it. But, like, before that, I was making decent money and I had my cars. And what's actually funny is, like, I actually had nice cars still living at my parents' house. Like, there's YouTube videos of me getting payouts of $20,000, $30,000 still on my YouTube channel to this day, where you could backtrack it 5 years ago to 2020. And I'm living in my parents' house in my bedroom. You see my bed in the back and everything, but I take up the driveway at my parents' house. There's my GTR, my M3, and my Huracan sitting in the driveway. You know,
What did they think of that?
bro. My dad was excited. He was like, "That, yo, that's fucking sick, bro."
Why didn't you move out before?
Well, I thought about it, and then I was like, "All right, I can move out now." Like it makes sense for me to move out, so I ended up moving out. My dad was not happy. You know, he wanted me to stay, but
You probably fucked to see the cars out there in the front and shit.
yeah, and yeah, bro. I moved to an apartment. I took my cars, and then COVID hit, and then that's when the big shift ended up happening, for me because I just made so much money trading during COVID as well. You know, and the thing is too, I was calling out every single trade live, and also had a paid subscription on my trades, and like it goes hand in hand. Like that subscription based, that low ticket based business is not going to do well if you're not trading well and actually making money. So I was making money from my subscription base, and I was also making money from trading as well. And it's like, bro, I just did really well those years. And that's where like the big shift happened. Then I ended up, after the huge COVID crash, I ended up buying a bunch of stocks super low. I bought Amazon. I ended up buying Royal Caribbean. I bought Carnival. I bought Boeing. I bought American Airlines. And then I ended up making like 150% on those stocks too. And it was just like, bro, I just made money like all around.
Yeah, because I remember cruise ship stocks fucking tanked harder
Dumped.
than anything because everybody's like, oh, the world's over. Nobody's going on a cruise ship ever again.
Exactly.
And now they got fucking full nude crews leaving out of Miami port.
Literally.
In a week.
Bro, that was literally my thought process. Like, yeah, bro, the cruise lines are only down right now because they're fucking all closed. Nobody's going on a cruise during a pandemic. But when cruise lines open back up and revenue starts to increase, the stock prices are going to jump back up. I can pick them up dirt cheap right now. And I killed it with those trades.
I feel like that's the majority of people. They'll say they didn't start making money until like COVID. Because that's when everybody started making internet money.
Well, bro, the thing that's crazy too is that my dad's not a trader or anything. But his friend hit him up right when lockdowns happened. A friend of his who was a trader and shit, who had like some factories in China and did work. And he's like, bro, shit is shutting down. Like like right when the pandemic was about to happen, he's like, shit's about to go south. And he told him, he's like, I think hotel chains are going to start seeing like lack in revenue, this and that. And he told my dad, he was like, yo, download Robinhood and just place a couple like, you know, swing trade shorts on a few of these like, you know, Marriott and fucking Apple, whatever. And I remember my dad fucking never had traded, you know, just normal hustler and shit, made all this money like super quickly. And he was like, and that was the first time I had found out about the market. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
So I remember seeing it from like other people in the space, just like the massive dip and then the biggest run up ever.
Yeah. I made money
Up and
buying
down?
gold, and I also made money selling against the overall stock market, which is the S&P 500. And then I also made money buying like those single individual stocks as well. So it was just fucking great, bro. It was great.
Did you have like more cash flow then versus now?
Did I have more cash flow then versus now in terms of what?
Like, were you making more money during COVID? Because
No.
you're saying how, oh, you didn't?
No,
That's
no.
like when you started making money.
Yeah, that's when the difference between 40, 50K a month and then multiple six figures a month is huge.
yeah,
I started
yeah.
making multiple six figures a month during those times.
Yeah. Dude, that was one of those opportunities where it's like that never come around. And if you're already positioned in the market, you already know how the market works. Like, I mean, that was literally fucking like Disneyland for traders.
Yeah.
Right? It was like if you knew what you were doing at the time and you were witnessing it firsthand, it was a generational wealth opportunity type deal, or at least to set yourself up to make the biggest money. Because like the market fucking crashed hard as shit, and then it ran up to the moon and didn't stop.
Yeah.
So that was fucking crazy. I wish I was a fucking trader.
Bro, I don't know anything about any of this stuff.
I know
Like,
more
I'm-
about this than the cars.
Yeah, I don't know anything about trading or crypto, any of that
Dude,
stocks.
Bitcoin hit
nothing.
like what Bitcoin hit like 3K at the bottom of the pandemic.
Yeah.
And like people bought.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah, bro. People made even in like billions of dollars in that shit.
That's one thing I wish I bought was crypto. I never really bought crypto and held it like that.
Really? Mm-hmm. Why not?
Because I had too much of a day trader mindset, bro. I'd fucking buy Bitcoin at, I don't know, $30,000. It'd go to 34. I'd make 10%. I sell it.
Yeah. I mean, that's still fucking that's the right way to go about it. You know?
Yeah, but I mean, obviously, you know, it's easier hindsight to say, oh, no, because Bitcoin's at 115K.
Yeah.
But
The shoulda, coulda, woulda is the biggest
Yeah.
enemy of anyone in the markets, right? Mm-hmm. What was like one of those? What was like one opportunity besides crypto or trade that you were like, fuck, I could have made a mass. I mean, I'm sure you've come across millions of these, but
yeah, besides crypto and trading, I wouldn't really say that there's too many, to be honest with you. Everything that I've ever done has been inside of like the crypto and the trading space.
yeah. Well, I'm saying, what was maybe like? Did you a trade that you missed, or what was your biggest fucking win during that during that lockdown fucking pump?
My biggest win was at that time maybe like 30 grand in a single day, which is great, you know?
That's insane.
Yeah, but I've had way larger wins now. I actually made more money when the economy was doing horrible and inflation really started to get through the roof, and the Fed just kept raising and raising and raising rates. That's where I really made like a shit ton of money. I've had multiple six-figure days during those times, which was 2023, I believe. Yeah, I would say during those times I made way more than during COVID too. But there's so many different cycles. There's been so many different crashes. You know, these opportunities are never going to end.
What's like your average day?
My average day in trading, my average winning day is probably like $27,000, $28,000, which is really only like 2% of the trading account. The average losing day is probably around $7,000, $10,000. Well, I was actually telling Richie on the way up here because Jerome Powell was speaking today, which is the chairman of the Fed. And I had taken a trade last night. I tried holding overnight, and I had $15,000 worth of risk on that trade. I got taken out of the position overnight, and when the market actually opened up this morning, price flew all the way to my target. Then Jerome Powell started speaking. Price then pushed way past my target by like 4 or 5 times, and I could have potentially made like 75 grand pulling up to the podcast studio.
So what does it mean, like, so you got pushed out of your position? What does that mean?
It basically means that the market went against my position, and I had my stop loss filled. It's really all that it means. So I took a loss, and I realized I lost on that trade.
And so it like auto
triggers.
Yeah,
it auto
takes me
does
out.
it. Okay. But if you were like, if you were doing it yourself and then it shot up like how you're saying, then you could have like potentially made that much.
I mean, if I was watching it myself
Yeah.
and I didn't stick to my stop loss area, because there's areas of invalidations for every single trade that I take, if I would have held through that invalidation, although I would have made money, it still would have been a bad decision on my end, because long term, if I keep moving my stop loss after prices hit like those invalidation points, like I'm just building bad habits, and it's going to be like a long-term habit that it's going to just cause me to lose more money than actually make.
Because then you're like gambling at that point.
Exactly. See, that's why I got fucking.
That's a really good mindset.
I got dogged in the ass when I tried to trade, because like, imagine you go to the casino with $1,000 and you go to the roulette table and you're like, if I get down to 500, I'm calling it a day.
You're done.
But if I go up to 1,500, I'm also done.
Yeah.
Right. Let's say I get to 500. I'm like, I'm throwing on black 3 more times to I'm gonna try and get back up.
Yeah.
Right.
But then you neglected that like strategy you were gonna follow.
Yeah.
And then that's the difference between a successful trader and someone who tried to trade like me, where it's just like you have to follow the strategy. From what I understand, from what my brothers told me, from speaking to you and anyone, that's the difference. And it all is in your head, right?
Yeah, that's what it comes down to.
It's all psychology and following your strategy. Because once you have your proven so-called strategy, it's about following it.
Yeah, really. That's really all it comes down to after the fact. Because just like I was talking right now, it's like I could have removed my stop loss and I would have ended up making money on the position, but I removed my stop loss. You know, that's not me following my system.
You didn't follow your system yesterday.
I did.
Okay, you
That's
did.
why I lost money.
But if you wouldn't have followed it,
yeah, I would have been up maybe like 75 grand this morning.
and that's the fucked up thing though, because it's you think to yourself like, oh,
Yeah, I know.
yeah. But
I
the
know.
truth is, what makes you win over the long term is following that shit.
Yeah, basically. That's what I care about, just making money long term. I don't really care about making money day to day anymore.
Yeah.
So do you still do like a paid subscription, like a paid course?
Nah.
No,
I
you
actually
stopped?
shut down my education maybe like, I don't know, 5 months ago. 6
Why?
months ago. Just because I trade a little bit different now. And bro, a lot of people that bought in, like I feel like what I was selling was so cheap that a lot of people just weren't serious. And I was really just kind of like wasting my time answering people's questions that I've talked about like millions and millions of times. You know, and it's like,
I could see that, how that gets annoying.
yeah, it gets annoying. It's like, bro, like there's 7 different video discussions where I've answered your same question. Like, don't get me wrong. I love helping people and talking about it, but like, I love helping the right type of people. You know what I mean? Because I'll even look at people's specific profiles. It's like, bro, you're asking me a question that you haven't even gone through 10% of the videos that are posted for you to actually watch. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, I don't know how to describe it. So I was like, you know, I'm just going to take a break from this for a while. And then I'm going to build something probably a little bit more serious where I get a little bit of an older audience and people who are actually serious about getting shit done and not just kind of here fucking around seeing if they make money temporarily. Even if they paid me, it's like, I don't care, because it's like, I'd rather work with people who are actually going to get shit done is really what it comes down to.
I mean, this isn't the same at all, but I could totally relate, because when I talk about like whatever it may be, like steroids or peptides, like shit that I think I'm knowledgeable in, and I'll talk about it, and then, you know, somebody will ask me a question that if they would just put in like 5% effort and just like maybe do a little bit of research on their own, they could answer it and have way more of knowledge than I could have given them. So I totally understand the fact that like you probably got really annoyed because people are just like, they're trying to do the shortcut.
Yeah,
because
that's
they're
basically
like,
what it is.
Yeah, they're paying you, so they're like, oh, I'm just gonna ask him.
Yeah,
blah
like,
blah blah.
Yeah, like it just gets frustrating because I've taught for many years. Don't get me wrong, like there's a lot of people who I've helped significantly, bro. Like I actually just did a podcast with a student of mine maybe like 2 weeks ago who this year he's about to have his first 7-figure year just from trading profits, right? But those are the type of people that actually go through everything and take the right steps and not just like, yo, I just joined like Raul, like what does this and that mean? It's like, bro, you haven't even watched a single video.
Yeah, like get
go
rich
watch
quick.
the videos. Yeah, basically. Basically, like there's two very distinctive audiences, I guess that's how you want to put it. So I was like, fuck it, bro, I'm gonna take a break. In the meantime, I'm gonna take a break. Like I'm gonna reanalyze everything that I'm doing so then I could focus on working with just the right type of people and putting energy into them because I know longer term they're the ones that are actually going to be successful.
Right.
It's really just like the guy who probably pays for a coaching program for fitness, hops on a huge cycle, but barely goes to the gym, and then on top of that doesn't even diet. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? You're not really going to see results like that just because you're on gear and you go to the gym here and there. I guess that's the comparison you could put behind it.
Because I know a sports bettor who had the same thing. Like he had this huge chat, and then he stopped it, and he was like, "Okay, I'm doing a new chat where it's like I only want whales. Like he only wants people who like they know what they're talking about, and rather than it's just him giving them picks, it's like we're gonna all like talk and like put our minds together. But like it's gonna be an expensive course or an expensive like Discord or whatever you call it.
Yeah,
because if you think about it as well, it's like imagine like. Whether it's a trader or it's a fat person trying to lose weight, right? You can get 100 transformations or 100 traders to come in. But what if you have 5 guys who fucking got in insane shape and who really learned everything and can like tell even more, and like their results, not only is it are you able to show people, but them as just walking now in public and shit, people asking like, yo, how'd you get in such a shape? Or like 3 traders, for example, that, really take the time to do the studying, to ask the questions and to soak up all the information.
Yeah. Like that's what's most important too. And it's like, bro, one of the requirements I have is, look, if you're going to ask me about your trades and what I think about your trades, I'm going to need you to document every single trade, and you're going to have to journal every trade and list off the reasons as to why you're actually taking those trades so I can understand. It's like, you're going to come to me then asking about your trading and how you can improve your trading, but you're not even doing something as simple as documenting your trades. It's like, I don't really want to work with those types of people. You know what I mean? Because not only is it a waste of time to me, it's like they're wasting their own time because it clearly shows that they're not that serious. So I'd rather work with those guys that one day I can invite them and be like, yo, I want you to trade my money. Here's my money. I'm going to help you out, but we're going to take this serious. That's kind of like what I want to do. If I were to have like a long-term goal in mind, it really would be to have just like a floor of traders just trading my own bread.
Yo, mini hedge fund.
Yeah, I guess
the Raul
if that's
fund.
how you want to. Yeah, if that's how you want to put it, literally just trading all ES order flow data. That's it. That would be like a long-term goal of mine, because if I can have 10 different guys all managing, up to like 5, 6, 7 mil, and they're making me bread, that's just like, it's a win-win for all of us.
And then how does that work? They get like a percentage, or
yeah, I'll give them a percentage, but
get a fee.
Yeah.
So they're all just trading his money.
Yeah. So I've been in talks with attorneys on how I can get that.
That's
set
practically
up.
a hedge fund, huh?
Yeah, practically.
You guys
Practically.
they follow your
Yeah.
strategy. They use you front the capital, and they take rake off the top of whatever they
but
make.
I wouldn't grab like investor money. I would just use my own money for my own pocket.
Just private fund for yourself, fucking savage traders.
Yeah, that would be sick. I mean, bro, it'd be sick to just pull up to just a fucking office, the car's outside, everybody's just trading my own bread, and then, bro, it's just one really tight community of just whales just trading, bro. I think that would be insane.
That's a sick vision. I can
Mm-hmm.
see it.
That's where I want to go. But again, like, it all starts off with where they're getting educated from.
Right.
How do they actually trade? Like, I'm very specific with who I would want to work with, and I'd want all of us to be looking at some form of ES order flow data, and all of us to be making money. Not necessarily taking the same trades, but trading almost the same way. And I feel like I could mold people to do that. But that's, a vision that could take a minute to play out. But I don't care, bro. I'm 27. I've got time.
What do you think of like the negative connotation that like all these course sellers have You know, like all the jokes and stuff, and especially here in Miami. Like me moving here, I've seen a lot more of it. Obviously, like
Yeah.
what do you think of that, or what do you have to say to that?
Bro, there's definitely people that are scams for sure. That because I mean, bro, even like the word scam really isn't like that heavy of a word anymore. I feel because it's just thrown around so often. But really, what I like to look at is, does this person provide value, and is this information valuable enough to justify the price point that I pay for? Really is what it comes down to. So there are people who meet that criteria, and then there's also people who don't meet that criteria that make the people who meet that criteria look bad.
Look bad.
Is what it-
That
is what it is.
that totally makes sense. My thing is like, even if I don't sell anything, but even if the course isn't good, I think a lot of it is marketing. And so if someone is willing to, if you're like able to market it a certain way and someone's willing to pay for it, I almost think it's like you can't even blame the dude who's selling it. You got to blame the people who are buying it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's the thing. It's such an interesting fucking like debate because, you know, the term course selling and scam have started to go like hand in hand.
Yeah.
Because like we're kind of in
Literally.
this like guru bubble, and
Especially here in Miami.
especially here in
Yeah.
Miami. And like the thing is that yes, there's a lot of bullshitters.
Yeah.
But there's also a lot of fucking people who actually know what the fuck they're doing. And
Yeah.
because there's so many bullshitters, then someone like yourself can be tainted in the wrong way because
course.
it's just like, oh. And so,
Yeah.
yeah, it's crazy. Like, what do you think about what's going on with social media and, you know,
Bro,
this whole, because it's like, do you think we're in a guru bubble right now?
I don't think so. I think definitely a guru bubble, and people for sure trying to see this as a way to get rich quick by just fabricating some bullshit information, you know, throwing it together and selling it online. 100%. But the info business is such a large business, even to this day, bro. Like, I'm paying for courses on information on things that I want to learn. Like, I just bought a course for, I didn't even want to use the word course. I just bought an educational system for real estate in Section 8 that cost me like 10 grand, bro. But to me, it's like, okay, well, if I actually start going through the process and buying these properties and make that money back, like, the value was there. You know what I mean? So it's an investment to me, and I'm consistently investing into my education. It's like there's two ways you could look at it. It's like, okay, well, that's just a scam, and I don't want to buy from this person just because I just think it's a scam. Or the person's like, okay, well, let's look at this as a potential investment opportunity. Do I think that this investment is going to make me my money back plus more? Yes or no? And it's as simple as that.
Yeah. I saw the video.
So you're a consumer yourself.
Yeah, of course, bro.
That's pretty cool.
Of course.
I think that's the thing though, bro. It's
Even like this dude's got a fucking Bugatti and shit, and he's still buying course or
Bro,
educational programs and stuff.
Even the word like fuck
Yeah.
the word, dude. Like courses is cool, program, educational system, whatever. It's
Yeah.
like, dude, there's so much sauce out there nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I mean-
you gotta jump into some, like, obviously you're gonna run into some shitty sauce and like bad courses on the way.
Yeah,
bro,
100%.
I saw this video of this guy who's like very successful. He's like, bro, I buy a course a month, and I just want to learn about one of the skills that are being used on the internet because, bro,
Yeah.
it's so fucked how much money is being printed on the internet with
Yeah.
these info products. And it's like, you know, I have a lot of friends in banking, like some of my smartest friends from fucking school who are working at some of the top banks.
They're
You know
not
what I
even
mean?
making nearly half as much as some
they're
of
not
these
even,
guys,
they're
bro.
making what they're making in
500K
a year.
a year?
Yeah,
They're making it in a day.
right over 6 figures a year. And then there's these, you know, kids who I know aren't as like sharp intelligent as some of my banking friends who are putting together, you know, programs for people and fucking minting. So it's like, to me, it's like, it also depends on the type of person. Not everyone's built to get on the internet and put their face out there and put a course out there. But like,
course.
for someone who does like is a risk taker, it's like, if I wasn't making content, I would 1000% be in the info space.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, bro, it's the best opportunity of your lifetime.
And not even that, bro. And I feel like somebody always wants to learn something. And if you're experienced and knowledgeable in that field, people would be willing to pay for that. You know what I mean? Because you're not only buying like the information, you know, you're buying the experience of time and investing in that. Like when people invest into my education, they're investing into 9 years of what I've gone through inside of the markets, what to do, what not to do, how to make money, how not to make money. And it goes back to your point. It's like, although I have this crazy ass car, it's like the minute that you stop learning is the minute that you stop progressing, and that's the minute you stop growing. So there's like so many things, bro. And it's like, even if you look at college, how many people have opened up student loans, gone into debt worth hundreds of thousands of dollars that they can't even pay off after graduating, after getting their master's degree, whatever the case might be, is, and they're still making minimum wage. You know, so what's really the scam here?
That was deep.
That was
Yeah, no, that was cool.
You couldn't have put that better, bro. I mean, I agree. I mean, I was blessed to have, you know, my family support, like my college tuition and all that, which was fucking sick. But, you know, like my brother just dropped out, and it's funny because you said earlier that you started buying your crazy cars while still living at home. Like Patty just put his GT3 RS, you know, outside of the building that we live in with our family. But it really goes to show, like, now more than ever, like, is these, like, dude, university's so expensive.
Yeah,
it's fucking crazy, bro, how expensive. You know, like the school that I went to, bro, is like, I mean, $30,000, like more than $30,000 a year. Like, and I'm extremely grateful for it, bro. But like, I'm not working in finance, bro. You know what I mean? I'm not going. I'm in the internet now, and so it's crazy to think about, because I think, at least from someone who was able to go to college for 5 years, it's like, I think I learned more from just talking to motherfuckers, like, and like dealing with the shit, like meeting kids and like, you know, sitting in our fucking dorm, just shooting the shit, watching a YouTube video and like going to coffee or going out, than I did in the actual classroom.
Yeah. Like, there's definitely certain career paths that are required for you to go get an education through the traditional system, right? But even like going to work and trade for like a prop firm on Wall Street, if you have these backgrounds where it's like, all cool, but more importantly, it's like, do you have the actual skill and the knowledge to be able to become a consistently profitable day trader? It's like, bro, there's so many different things. Even when I look at it from my perspective, right, and my experience and my journey, it's like I invested maybe a total of like $20,000 in day trading courses overall. Some were phenomenal, some were just completely ass. Am I saying that that person was a scam? No, it was a learning lesson for me. It's like, okay, well, these are the type of people that I don't want to follow and listen to, because they really just don't provide any value. And I could see now that they don't really know what they're talking about. But even then, you look at it, I've invested a bulk of, let's call it 20 grand into education. And sometimes I'll keep investing money into like certain day trading psychologists and different things along those lines. But let's just put an average of $25,000 what I invested. I made millions of dollars. It's like, you're not going to get that return really anywhere else, you know?
I think that's the difference between investing in yourself and then investing in another, like, you're going to work for another company. It's just like the value you're creating working at a bank isn't going towards you, it's going towards them.
Yeah.
You know, versus that 20K, 100% is in you.
Yeah.
You know?
But you know what? Everybody has their journey. Everybody goes through their own things and they do what they want to do at the end of the day, you know?
Of course.
What life is.
Yeah.
You know, what you just gotta enjoy it.
What do you credit like your success to when it comes to trading
Honestly,
and just life in general?
Honestly, it's just really, well, first and foremost, God, right? And then second of all, it's just work ethic and just continuously putting in the work, having a vision as to where I want to be and working towards getting there is really what it comes down to. Mm-hmm. If that's kind of what
you think you work harder than like most people?
I wouldn't even really say I work harder than most people. I just put in the right type of work in the right areas, because most people will spend, let's call it, hours a day physically trading. But if you're not actually looking at your results, tracking your data, and even logging your data and the reason as to why you're taking your trades, like, most people can't go back 3 months. No, most people, 95% of people, traders, cannot go back 3 months, click on a random day, click on a random trade that they took, and understand why they took that trade. For me, I could do that. And not only that, like, I could go back and look at my statistics and be like, okay, well, let's see how far every single winning trade has actually ran to the point where we run 20, 30 points in profit, and measure how far price has pulled back against my trade before continuing to move in my direction. And it's like tracking little statistics like that over time and just really modifying your system to really fit those statistics to improve is, I think, what makes me separate from like the majority of other people who aren't really seeing as much success as they would like to.
Yeah. You don't think other people do that? Like, they track all their shit?
The successful
ones, I have no idea how like intricate that would be.
Yeah, the successful ones, yeah. But the ones that are unsuccessful, typically that's like the common traits, that they don't track what they're doing.
Yeah, and review and reflect on like why they made this trade and not, right?
Of course, and they don't really have like a game plan to even like approach the markets. It's like so many simple and little things that people just aren't using. But then there's also people who do all of those things that still aren't successful, but they're getting cooked because of self-sabotage is what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Because if you have a system that you're only allowed to take 2 trades in a day, then you start taking 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in that same day, it's like you're cooking yourself, bro. And that's actually one thing that I used to do a lot in the beginning too.
Is it getting greedy?
Yeah, bro.
Like that's what it comes down to is like them
Getting
just like
greedy, wanting to make your money back, like so many different things. Like trading is a game of psychology for sure, but then also you have to have like a system and an edge that's proven, and then you have to be tracking your statistics. Like it might sound like a lot right now the way I'm explaining it on this podcast, but when I actually break it down, it's really not that difficult. It's just about doing that work, but it's like the work that nobody wants to do because it's like the boring work, but I find enjoyment in that.
Like, yeah. I mean, I could see how it would be boring because with me, right, I'm not like I would want to gamble and like try to make the most money and like try to win it back and all that bullshit.
I literally learned this quote when I failed at trading. Somebody told me it's pigs get fat, hogs get slaughtered. And it applies to everything. Yeah. You know, if a content creator starts seeing success and he takes every single fucking brand deal, then his community's not going to fuck with him anymore. Mm-hmm. If you're a fucking trader and you start to make a few wins, but then you try and take 10 trades and try and win it every time, you're going to get fucked. Yeah. You know? It's all about fucking playing it slow and being satisfied with doing good.
Bro, it's not even about that. It's also about like looking at your R multiples, looking at your risk management. Like, bro, for the beginning of this week on Monday, I ended up making 2R. So all that simply means is that if I risked $100, I made $200. On Tuesday, I ended up getting back 2R to the market. So I lost 2 trades in a row. So I made no money in the beginning of the week. Then Wednesday hit, had a break-even trade, had a losing trade, and then I had a trade hit for a 4R multiple, meaning that if I risked $100, I made $400, just to give you a random example. So then later on in the afternoon, I took another trade that made me 8R multiple. So then now I'm up a net of 12R on the day. So if I'm risking 10 grand, I'm up 120 grand on the day, just to give you a random example. And it's like, that's what trading is. But if I would have let those break-even trades and those losing trades eat up days or weeks worth of my profits, I would be up, you know what? Dick. Yeah. Nothing. Yeah. And that's what cooks a lot of people, bro. It's really what it comes down to. They can't survive the losing. Yeah. And they are just degenerate, greedy sacks of shit, bro. They're just full porting every trade, you know? That's what it is, bro.
Speaking of like the content creators and stuff, how do you think that has affected your life or like in trading? Like, cause now you have like a decent sized platform, like a really good platform.
Yeah, I think really what it comes down to, the sickest part about it is the sickest part about it is when somebody comes up to me at the gas station and they talked about like how it's so great to meet me, that how I've impacted their trading insane, how I've provided so much value to them, and how like I'm a motivation for them. I think like that's the best part about being like a content creator and like having a social media presence and getting to meet the people like in real life, and more importantly connecting with my audience. So not only do they see like I'm actually human too, you know what I mean? I'm not just some fucking AI that's on Instagram, but also like building relationships with these people and really helping them in the long term. Because the thing about trading is if you're giving valuable information to somebody, you can genuinely change that person's life. And like that's the most impactful thing about social media and being like in the day trading space, specifically in like the money making space.
Being able to change someone's life.
Yeah, bro, that's the best part.
I think it applies to some of our content too. I'm sure we get messages all the time of kids who are like, oh, bro, like, you know, you fire me up to get in the gym or do whatever the fuck. Like, I think that shit.
Doesn't that feel like fulfilling?
I think that shit's way more fulfilling than, obviously the money's great, bro. I mean, nobody can deny that. But
yeah, the money's cool.
When somebody takes the time to like write you some shit that like, you know, like that you really fucking help them out with whatever. Even if you're making people laugh, like a lot of our shit's like humor and shit. Like that shit goes way further.
Yeah, like one question I get asked too, it's like, all right, well, why do you teach if you day trade? And it's like the difference between me having $1 million and $50 million with what I have right now makes no difference, because I could still sustain my own lifestyle. But when you genuinely helps change somebody's life, that's what's fulfilling and that's what gives you purpose on this world. Because day trading itself, really, it's a very selfish industry because you're only in it for you. But once you actually help people make money for themselves, help pay their bills too, and it's like you're changing somebody's life, that's where the fulfillment is. And I really feel like that's almost kind of like God's work if you can help somebody better their life overall. Yeah.
You know, I was thinking about this the other day. Thinking about like the trading space on the internet and why it's like, I mean, of all the info,
trading is like the most frowned upon.
It's the most frowned upon, but like of all the drop shipping and the fucking and the brand scaling and the trading, it's like, I think one thing it's shown us that you can't deny is that everybody wants to get rich.
Yeah.
I mean, whether you deny it or not, everybody wants to get rich.
Of course.
Everybody wants money. Everybody, I mean, to an extent, there's some people who are really just like, fuck it. Like, I'm chilling with a super simple life. But most people are like, I want to make a fuck ton of money. And so you've been in the game now for longer than most of these guys who have, started to pop the fuck off in the last 2 years.
That's why I feel like Unk, bro. That's
Yeah.
literally why I feel like Unk, bro. Because these guys will literally DM me or talk to me, and they're like, bro, you don't know how crazy it is that I used to watch your videos back then. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean, bro? I'm 27, bro. What do you mean back then? It's wild.
Do you ever feel like you have to change a bit of your approach when it comes to social media now? Or do you think...
I just do me, bro. Like, a lot of people do social media.
And
yeah, of course. But I just do me. Like, I originally intended to make social media just about my life and who I am. And that's how I intend to keep it, bro. Like, I don't really care, to be honest with you, to make more money on social media. Like, yeah, it's cool, but again, like, as long as I'm living my life the way that I want to, the cars that I want, be able to eat where I want, not have to worry about my own bills, then to me the difference between having 50 million and 100 million means nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say that ever since the first time that we all hung out, like, you've always been like super humble, and even just giving us the time of day, because we're not, anywhere near like you, right?
Yeah.
Like, in terms of career and stuff. But just like hanging out with you, you've been super chill.
Yeah.
And like, so we can appreciate that for
100%.
sure.
Yeah, bro, like, most people will only do things for social media and what benefits them. To me, it's like, bro, if I fuck with you because I think your videos are hilarious or whatever, bro, like, let's go do something, bro. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like, I don't really have like the intention of like, all right, cool, well, let me go link with this guy because we could do this and we can make this, and it's like, that's not me.
Yeah, and I think you asked Raul, you were like, do you think you work harder than everybody else? And that like, I think the question that comes to my mind is like, everybody sees the Bugatti, but they don't see like all the other shit that you're doing and going through in order to fucking get to that.
Of course, bro.
Like,
and
that's usually, that's why we love to have these conversations as well.
bro, I mean, in trading and in business, bro, there's just been so many fucking ups and downs, bro. Like, you have no idea. Everybody goes through their shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just because I have a really nice car and, live life that people dream about living doesn't mean I don't go through shit,
Yeah.
Everyone's got their things.
Yeah, it's crazy how when someone gets like a crazy material purchase, like TJ just got his fucking Koenigsegg, however the fuck you say it,
Koenigsegg.
and people attach that product to the person. What have been some like the craziest things since you got like what is the process of getting a Bugatti like?
So I got scammed on my second Bugatti, which is the one I have right now. On my first one, it was amazing, right? I went to Bugatti of Broward. I actually went to buy a Koenigsegg because 4 days before, which, oh my God, bro. Actually, the story goes even back further. So I went golfing, Scottsdale, Arizona, at TPC Scottsdale. Played the best game I ever had in my life. Had my first eagle, bro. It was just the best game ever, bro. I get back from Scottsdale, right? And I had a business dinner, and then I came back home, and I had an acquaintance meet me at my house. And 5 minutes into us talking in, I just see this guy pull up, just suited up, hoodie, ski mask, gun. Yo, give me your watch. And like that, I got robbed for my $200,000 Richard Mille.
In Scottsdale?
In Miami, in front of my house, where I paid $2,000 a month in HOA costs, including security that's included in that HOA fee, right? So I get robbed. I lost my Richard Mille, and I'm feeling down. You know what I mean? Like, I loved my watch. You know what I mean? Now I have like this fucking trauma and PTSD, bro. I wasn't really even concerned about me. I was mainly more concerned about my wife and kid that were inside of the house, because I'm like, bro, if this guy thinks I have more shit in the house, he's gonna go in the house. I don't have my gun on me right now. Like, I can't even. What am I gonna do? So it's like a demoralizing feeling, and it was a feeling of being so demasculated.
You're
know
like
what I mean?
hopeless and like vulnerable out there with nothing.
Yeah, bro. Like for sure, if he would have tried going into my house, I would have died. Just trying to stop him from going in my house, like 100%. I couldn't. So that was mainly like the feeling that was brought about, because the watch I can get back. You know what I mean? Like, and unfortunately, it was not insured. Like, bro, I've seen so many people talking shit about me online, saying like I committed insurance fraud because I set up the fact that I had my own watch stolen off of me But what people don't know is my watch wasn't insured, and I actually sued the security company and the HOA because I'm paying for security in a gated community that I spent $3 million on this house. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing about the internet, bro. It's like people are just so ignorant and they really live in a facade. And what I feel about the internet too is if somebody doesn't like you, it's because they're projecting their own insecurities onto you. So they try and find ways to talk shit about you to make themselves feel better. You know, so going back to the cars, so I got a little off topic there. Because I got stolen and robbed, I didn't want to go and immediately buy another watch to like antagonize something else. So I was like, let me go buy a Koenigsegg. Like, fuck it. You know, I love cars. Let me go buy a Koenigsegg.
Yeah, it's harder to steal.
Yeah.
Can't
right?
steal that shit.
Yeah, and you steal, like, I have to have mandatory insurance on the car.
Yeah.
You steal it, like, I'm going to get cashed out.
Right.
So I went to Koenigsegg of Broward, which is also Bugatti of Broward, which is also Lamborghini of Broward, that I've done business with them for years. I'm one of their best clients. I've done so much volume with them in cars. I pull up, and they're like, yo, we actually don't have a Koenigsegg, because the Koenigsegg was it's not TGR's same spec, because he has like an aero kit and stuff on his, but it was maybe like one spec lower that they were selling for like $3 million. That's the one I wanted to get, right? So they're like, we don't have the Koenigsegg, but we have something else that we think you might like. And I'm like, all right, cool. What is it? But in my head, I'm like, bro, they're going to show me the Bugatti, bro, because I've seen this Bugatti here already. And they take me to the Bugatti showroom, and it's just sitting there, bro. A full carbon Chiron Sport that there's only 60 in the world. They're selling it for $3.8 million, but they're like, yo, we're gonna give you a really good deal on this car. And they shaved off 400 grand off the price of the car, and they were telling me the story about that car. So 50 Cent had actually went to Bugatti of New York, spec'd out the car, built the car himself, never ended up buying it. And then El Alfa actually ended up buying it. And that is the same Bugatti that drove around DR and everything, that the fucking guys at the airport were ripping it up and down the airport, that El Alfa was literally just ripping the streets of DR in that Bugatti. And I was like, okay, let me think about this. So I go back home, and obviously they gave me the breakdown of the numbers and everything. And I was like, you know what, bro, there's only going to be one time in my life where I'm 25 years old and I own a Bugatti. So I was like, fuck it, bro. Let me just do it, bro. So I sent them the wire, and I picked it up that same day.
Wait, this is like the black and blue one, right?
Yeah, the carbon and blue one, yeah.
I didn't know it was carbon.
Yeah.
Damn, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Full carbon is insane.
Designed by 50 Cent.
Designed by the man himself, 50 Cent.
Did you listen to some 50 Cent as soon as you got into that? Bitch?
I should have, bro. I did. I listened to El Alfa instead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and actually, when I was buying the car, I was on FaceTime with him.
No
Which
way.
was sick. Yeah,
That's
it was
awesome.
sick, bro. He gave me a shout out on his Instagram and everything, following me on Instagram. It was dope, bro. It was dope. And then...
Did they treat you differently at Bugatti than they have at any other like supercar dealership?
No, bro, not at all, because I was a client of theirs for already years at that point. You know what I mean? Like, I was already buying cars with them. I had already bought a Senna with them as well, and that's why I sold my first Senna, because I had the Senna. I sold my first Senna, and then I ended up trading it in for the Bugatti as like part of that deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They all work hand in hand. I don't know. Bugatti's independent though, right?
Yeah, so
Yeah, but
that,
it's just like a dealership though.
Yeah,
Okay,
Like
okay.
any dealership can buy any car. Like they can buy a Honda if they want.
Correct.
Right. It's a
But-
luxury dealership.
yeah, but that dealership,
But it's not like Ferrari, where I heard if you want to get like a certain Ferrari, you have to go directly to Ferrari.
no, because like it's a used Bugatti. It wasn't like a brand new one. Now they even gave me the allocation for the Tourbillon too, but like now
You don't want it?
it's too much money, bro. They want like $5 million, and I'm gonna have like $3 million, because you have to put down $3 million like locked up for like 3 years. I'm not even gonna see the car. So I was like, fuck that, bro. Like I could do so much more, you know.
That
And
shit
like
looks crazy though. The inside
Yeah,
looks
and-
fucking nuts.
the thing is, like now too, like I only shop at that dealership and buy cars with them, and I have them specifically outsource me cars, because not only are like the people who work at that dealership just amazing people overall, like they would never fuck you like some of these other dealerships out here, you know. So I mean, bro, I've been buying cars with them since I was 20 years old. I'm 27, you know. So they had no problem in selling me cars, giving me allocations, bro, whatever I want.
That's nuts.
Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean? Get fucked? Like other people is gonna get fucked?
Bro, some of these dealerships out here, bro, it just, everybody talks about it. Even like dealerships that I've called to try and outsource a car from California, Miami, LA, or California, LA, New York, whatever the case might be, is like the dealership scene down in Miami is so fucked. Like so many of these dealerships are just straight committing fraud, bro. Selling cars that were crashed and then, bro, doing just so many things along those lines. Like I don't really want to get it like too into depth on what these dealerships are doing, but like, bro, it's fucked, bro. It's bad. So I only trust that dealership because they've had my best interest since day one, and I've never had any problems.
Wait, so some of these places are selling like salvage titles or just
selling
accident?
them as clean titles. Like the car was crashed, instead of getting it.
So like if you get the Carfax,
it shows clean. But then obviously, you peel off a wrap, you see a bunch of Bondo, your car's not driving normal.
yeah.
It's cooked, bro. It's cooked, and they sell it to you as a clean title car, and they also sell it to you with the clean title car price. Mm-hmm. It's cooked.
Oh, so they're fucking like the people who are buying.
Of course, bro, because that's where they make their spread and profit margin.
Yeah.
Not saying every dealership does that, but a lot of them do, bro. I've seen some wild shit, bro. Even people post about it online too.
I saw a recent dealership. I don't know what's it called, the Cario. Mm-hmm. Are they sketchy? We can cut.
That's like the only.
Yeah. Before we ask about this, we can cut anything at the end of the podcast. If we don't.
Okay.
But if we'll review it, but I don't know because I've seen this shit like really being talked about.
Yeah, I mean, all the cars that I see bought here in Miami, it's all that dealership.
Yeah, I mean, like, bro, the thing is, I bought one car with them. I'm not gonna say exactly what happened, but because of the way that I bought the car with them, I lost so much money on my car. And I mean, like, they're cool people, but it's just like it's tough.
It's bad business,
to be honest with you. I mean, like, I can't really speak on other people and how they're buying their cars, but the whole experience that I had with them was just horrible. Like, it was just absolutely terrible. It was absolutely terrible. And you're not talking about a $250,000 car. You're talking about a car that was $5 million fucking dollars. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's fucking nuts.
Yeah. Yeah, it's, bro. I mean,
I'm gonna hit you up the day I go buy some crazy car.
Yeah, because now
make sure I get the triple check, the Raul approval, bro.
I'm thinking like, fuck, am I getting fucked on my shit? Because I haven't bought from Cario, but I use Iluso, which is like, I think it's like a similar deal. Like they're just a exotic.
Don't get me wrong, bro. There's some exotic dealerships out there that do great business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, there's some others that don't.
Yeah.
And it is what it is. You know what I mean? But again, like for me, I would only ever buy cars again through Lamborghini Broward, Bugatti Broward, Koenigsegg Broward. The people there are amazing. They don't fuck anybody. I mean, Abe is a great guy. Leo from Lamborghini Broward also as well is an amazing guy. And bro, it's just like you just gotta be careful who you do business with.
Yeah.
So what are you gonna get next? Another Senna? Hey, why don't you get like a LaFerrari?
So I'm gonna get. It's too old, bro. It's too old. So, like,
It looks so fucking sick though.
yeah,
It's crazy.
I think I'm gonna take a break
The
from
mirrors on the side of it are like fucking of the LaFerrari.
Yeah, they're insane. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take a break from overall buying hypercars because the thing is, and to be honest with you guys, one of the few reasons why I started like getting into like the hypercars and the crazy cars is, yeah, sure, the experience and everything, and like having so many cars is because I was looking for like that validation on social media. And I'm somebody who's religious, and this struck me the other day. I don't know how religious you guys are, but there was a quote that went something along the lines of like, why are you seeking validation from a world who killed the most perfect man? Referring to obviously Jesus Christ. And that struck a chord to me because it's like, who gives a fuck? Bro, like I've already had this car. I've enjoyed this car. I'm going to get rid of it and get what I want again. So I'm going to sell it probably and get an SVJ. Focus on building a real stock market portfolio that I'm going to have $15-20 million worth of that I could take loans out against that will only appreciate over time. Focus on building real long-term wealth and then start building a collection over again. I think in the short term, I'm going to get an SVJ and then a Senna again because that was always my dream lineup, SVJ, Senna. And then from there, like I'll see what I want to get into, whether, it's a P1 or a 918, just take my time with it and really enjoy life. And more importantly, one of the things that my dad always told me is you have to build portfolios. Like I have portfolios already, but it's about really like just scaling them, bro. You know, having a, you know how sick it would be? Because some people are like, yeah, you know, cool, I got a, in my situation, cool, I got a Bugatti. You know how much sicker it would be to be like, yeah, you know, I have $40 million in stocks.
Yeah.
Like that's more of a flex because it doesn't matter. The stock market can go up and up and up and up. You can continuously take loans out against your stocks tax-free because you can't get taxed on that debt. And then even building a real estate portfolio too. Like those are things that I want to start getting into now. And what's great is that's what I'm reinvesting a lot of my money from day trading into. It's kind of like a continuous cycle. Like I'm making money long and shorting the markets on a daily basis and just reinvesting it back into buying individual equities and then building like a long-term S&P 500 portfolio. Like just things along those lines, you know?
Yeah, I think that's like hearing someone like yourself say that just goes to show like it takes time to be able to realize that, you know, those quick, I mean, regardless of validation, it's like the, what's it called? Delayed gratification versus instant gratification. It's like that 40M portfolio, you know, is going to take a lot longer. Yeah. But it's probably going to feel a lot better
100%,
than sitting behind that fucking wheel, even in a Bugatti.
100%. Because you know what it buys more importantly? Peace of mind.
Yeah.
And there's nothing in this world that it compares to having peace of mind. And then on top of that, freedom.
Yeah.
Freedom. Because imagine, I could be driving my Bugatti right now. I smack my car into somebody doing some stupid shit. They could sue me for not only the car, they could sue my insurance. They could sue me and for trying to get everything I have and get into this huge legal battle. You know what I mean? And that's, again, a killer.
Yeah. How much do you have to pay a month on a Bugatti?
It depends, bro. So on my first Bugatti, I put down around $850,000. It cost me $3.4 million, and I was paying $40,000 a month. On this Bugatti, on paper, they sold it to me at $6 million. I had to put down $1.8 million, and it cost me like 80 grand a month.
What about insurance?
Insurance is cheap, bro. It's like $7K every quarter.
Okay. Yeah, that's not too bad. 28 grand a year.
Yeah.
Just for the Bugatti. Who insures that?
State Farm.
Really?
No, that's for all of my cars.
Oh, that's all your cars?
Yeah.
I mean, that's not even that bad.
You know what I mean? And you guys know Vincent Fisher?
Yeah.
He just got a $3.5 million Scion.
Yeah.
Sick. Right? But the kid just paid 40 grand for insurance for 6 months, I think is what it was. What? But he's 23, bro.
Dude,
Damn,
80
that's
bands
crazy.
a month on a whip.
Yeah.
Just goes to show that there's levels to this fucking game. You know, somebody spoke about this also recently is like, and maybe you've had a change of mind with it as well since you're talking about like, you know, now wanting to go more into like these longer term plays. But it's just like, you know, if you have, you know, and someone who has a bike wants the fucking car, you got a fucking fast car, then you want the super car, then you want the hyper car.
You know what?
You know, what do you think? Does that end? Because I mean, even myself with content, it's just like, it's you know, there's more and one more and one more and one more.
Bro, that
it's
never
like it's a
ends.
constant battle, no?
That never ends, bro. And I actually saw somebody talking about this on TikTok.
Fucking Togi had a clip of him talking about it.
Yeah,
He's like, the guy who has a bike wants a fucking Prius.
Yeah.
The guy who has a Prius wants a Lambo. The Lambo wants a Ferrari. And then at the end of the day, what everybody wants is more fucking time.
There's this real estate guy on TikTok that I saw actually, and I was just swiping through, right? And he was out on a walk wearing his Richard Mille, and he was talking about, you know what, like the thing about Miami is like there's always a bigger fish. You know, one day I was driving my Huracan and a fucking 20-something-year-old passes by me in his Bugatti and is referring to me, I'm assuming, right? It was in the same area the video was recording, and it's like, bro, comparison is always going to be the number one thief of joy. And even to me now, it's like I can compare myself to the guys who have 5 Bugattis, you know, 20 Bugattis, whatever the case might be is, and be like, damn, I want to get there. But it's like, bro, I've gotten to where I've gotten to because I'm focused on myself and my own journey, not because I'm comparing myself to somebody who's twice my age, who's in a completely different industry, who's had way more different opportunities than me. So really the best way to kind of like combat that is to just focus on where you are now, where you want to be and how you're going to get there. And don't let anybody tell you shit is really what it comes down to.
Yeah, stay in your own fucking lane.
Yeah. That's why, bro. And it's like, even with like the 80 grand a month, like it's cool. You know what I mean? Like money always comes and goes. I've already had the car for a year. So that's over $800,000 that has been put in that car. It's like $900-something thousand in just payments, which some people will look at this and be like, yo, that was a stupid financial decision. I'm not disagreeing. But like I said before, you know what I mean? Like there's only a few opportunities you'll get in your lifetime. And I was able to have 2 Bugattis in my early 20s. So it's kind of like, now that that's done, I've done it. I'm going to go back to my humble roots, you know? I'm going to go get an SVJ and then a Senna and just focus on building portfolios, you know? And that's it, bro. And I got to start up my watch collection again, bro. I had gotten rid of all of my watches since I got robbed. And you know the crazy thing
You got
about
rid
it
of all
is
of your watches since you got robbed?
all of them.
Did you end up keeping the Richard Mille that you had on last week?
Yeah, so that's the thing is now I'm buying them again, right? Like I won't like just randomly rock a watch unless it's insured, which now I'm getting them insured. But like that's the thing too. It's like I'm gonna restart like buying properties, buying a shit ton of stocks, and like those 80 grand a month is really just gonna go into the stock market, you know?
Yeah. Because, I mean, a watch is
In my opinion,
is almost near a better investment than a fucking
Oh,
way better than a car by
course,
night
bro.
and day.
Of
I don't think
course.
cars should be considered an investment
No, they're
unless
not.
it's like a
No.
classic.
Yeah,
No,
it's
no,
not.
If it's unless it's a classic, like they're
Yeah.
not,
I
they're
think
not investments.
I think either you can use them for like marketing and branding at most, but it's not an investment.
Yeah. Because the thing is people always tell me they're like, bro, you spend way too much money on cars and stuff. But the thing is, for me, like I just enjoy them. I grew up around
Yeah,
them,
but-
so it's like that's my crutch almost. Like that's what I'm gonna spend my money on. Is because I like to like drive fast cars. I like watching YouTube. Like all my explore pages is cars.
Yeah, me too.
So it's like that. That's just what I gravitate towards.
Yeah, me
you know,
too.
it's like when you're a kid,
on the
like
same
everyone
boat.
like dinosaurs or fucking like construction trucks or whatever. Like for me, it's just cars.
Yeah, I'm on the same boat too. And like the thing about
But
it
they're
too
pits.
is like,
They're money pits.
yeah, depending on where you buy them, obviously. But the thing about them too is that like, you know what it is to like be walking out of the gas station and you're looking at your car and you're like, that's my fucking shit.
Yeah.
Like it gives you like another spark of motivation to just keep going. You know what I mean? Especially like when you're driving it, bro. It's like, it's an enjoyment. You know what I mean? It's like I said, an enjoyment, not an investment. It's enjoyment. I guess it's an investment in yourself, more importantly. But yeah, bro. I mean, that's kind of what I'm focused on. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna get an SVJ and a Senna again and just chill.
Yeah, that's lit. That's fucking sick.
Yeah. Yeah. Start doing what I want to do, more importantly.
That's fucking awesome. And you got the and now we got to play a little bit of golf later this afternoon.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think they're gonna come deliver me my watch here.
Here?
Like, yeah, I just bought a watch
Timepiece
from
trading.
yeah.
What'd you get? I mean,
I got a Bubba Watson.
wait, isn't that red one that you?
No, that's an Adal. I got a Bubba Watson.
Okay.
What is that? Orange?
Well, you guys know who Bubba Watson is.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking dog.
So I got his watch.
That's lit.
Yeah. To play golf.
Oh, that's so fucking sick.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Let's get her going though. I'm down to get this. We got it round in what, an hour and a half?
Yeah.
We gotta get going. Yo, Raul, really, thank you so much for coming on.
No, thank you guys.
Been
bro.
fucking
Yeah, it's
lit.
dope. I thought it was cool. We talked about a lot of stuff I didn't really know, and I think people will appreciate it for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was dope.
Makes
I
me want to
appreciate
get a
you guys
car
for having me
more
on.
and more at some point.
I'm like, fuck, I gotta start trading, bro. Like, I'm thinking like a stop loss, all this shit.
Yeah. Even if you just buy stocks and hold them, bro. That's,
Yeah.
You have to, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yo, so anything you want to leave, anything you want to leave the people with? Anyone who made it this far into the episode, thank you for tuning in. Make sure to check out Lambo Raul on all platforms, right?
Yeah.
Underscore Raul or Lambo Raul straight
No,
up?
just straight up Lambo Raul. I think my YouTube is real Lambo Raul because someone stole the actual one from me, but it'll pop up regardless. I post a ton of free trading content on there.
Let's go. Sushi Bro on all platforms as well.
Yes, sir.
We'll see you guys in the next one.